EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Twin Cities and U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, the home of the Vikings. So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Purdy. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. It's a gain of 12 there. It's good for a Falcon 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Not much develops there. Get this to about the 43. Throwing on 2nd down is Purdy. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and it's... the catch. This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
On 2nd down, Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And it's going to lead to a 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete.
This one, incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
So the offense found themselves in a little bit of no man's land. They were too far for a field goal attempt, but too close to attempt a punt. So they decided to be aggressive early and go for it on 4th down. But it was the defense that turned them away with a huge stop to start this game.
In trouble, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
To the air on third down is McCarthy. He's got his tight end, that's Sanders. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. And here's the first carry for the power back, Dameon Pierce. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
That's thrown right side, but incomplete. The receiver was Justin Jefferson, and it's going to bring up a third down.
An incompletion there isn't ideal by any means, Mike, but I think that's one of those passes where he made sure that ball was either going to end up in his guy's hands or out of bounds.
From the gun, here's McCarthy. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact, does so successfully, and it's a first down.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive. Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
On second down, here's McCarthy. That is hauled in at the 5. And the Vikings are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
And he'll go down, back at the 4.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
One more time, they try Pierce. And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line.
It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on third and goal.
They'll look to throw for it with McCarthy. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. That's caught left side by Pitts. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and These drag routes can be very, very effective. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On second down, Purdy. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a third down. Throwing again is Purdy. He'll let one go down the middle. And the Vikings are going to take possession. They've got it at their own 42.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the third or fourth read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jumped that route, challenged the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
On the ground to begin the drive with Pierce. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. Second and a yard. On play action, here's McCarthy. He's going to let one fly for Addison.
So this was a great stress test for this defense, Mike. Everybody prepares to defend a quarterback from within the pocket. But how do you defend that quarterback when he breaks the pocket? In this case, watch everybody flow. Everybody stays with the play and maintains their assignment. They get rewarded for a chance at the interception, and he comes through with the pick.
Purdy works out of the pistol. That's the tight end, Pitts. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Here's first and 10. Now Purdy. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Well, that's certainly one way to bounce back here defensively after giving up a huge explosive play on the previous snap. To bounce back and come away with a sack. Now you find yourself in second and long. You can catch your breath, and the opportunity to get off the field has just gone up. I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
On third and long, Purdy to throw. And that is incomplete.
When you're completing less than 30% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
So the challenge is unsuccessful, and he's going to have to be careful here because he has just one challenge for the remainder of the game. Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Falcons will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. On first and 10, it's McCarthy. That's downfield. He's got Sanders, the tight end. They'll have the first down. It's a gain of 28.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
A run up the middle with Pierce. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball.
That'll be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over once again at their 37-yard line.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Purdy. Now he'll air one out. He's got it! And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Falcons. Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Falcons take a 10-3 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Pierce. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. To the middle of the field, taken in by Addison. A gain of 16 on that pass play. It'll be a Vikings first down.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes in the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. They'll run straight ahead with Pierce. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Throwing on second down is McCarthy. This is caught at 2. To the goal line and in. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. That's his 8th touchdown of the season.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. When you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield, it doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
So back to level after the touchdown. In time for the kickoff. This going to be returned from right around the goal line. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. In what's been an even first half. We'll have more from Minneapolis after this. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Out of the gun. It's Purdy. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
Going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
The Falcons send their punting unit out. Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
A run here with Pierce. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Here's McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
They'll put Addison in motion. They'll try and throw it with McCarthy. He's got a receiver. It's Addison. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. 1st down, Minnesota.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points. But either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points. He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 2. To throw, it's McCarthy. He'll take off again. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. That one taken in, middle of the end zone. Jordan Addison, touchdown Minnesota. Point after, coming up here. He's got it. And the Vikings go up by 7. It is now 17-10. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This taken just shy of the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. They'll go play action with Purdy. Quick throw, taken in. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another first down. Pitts is the man in motion. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. That is incomplete.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
So we have reached halftime, and it's a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the handoff, this is Pierce. A hit, and he has lost the football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
3rd down and 9. From the gun, here's McCarthy. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. 11 yards on the pass there. It'll be a Vikings 1st down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Shotgun, and they will run with Pierce. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. ball's going to be incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
To the air on third down is McCarthy. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Roman Wilson. Touchdown, Vikings. The extra point. Up and good. The Vikings will extend this third quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He'll start at the 2. He'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. That is downfield to the tight end Pitts. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another first down. From the gun, it's Purdy. He'll get this to Pitts once more. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of.
Oh, he pumps up the football. But this is taken in by a teammate.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get stripped sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and we'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. That pickup, good for 29 yards. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Big strides, look at him go. And he's into the end zone. Kyle Pitts, touchdown Atlanta. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
That is caught, and they get the 2-point conversion. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. This pass, right side, going to be caught by Addison. Here's a 2nd and 9. There's a short one caught by Sanders. And he is out of bounds on the other near side of midfield. That one good for 29.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. The motion man is Sanders. A run out of the gun with Pierce. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the third quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
Right back to Pierce on first down. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
2 yards on the pickup.
Second down and 8. To throw is McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner, and next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Have to get this to the 20. Here's third down. In motion, it's Jefferson. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That is caught. And he'll take it on in. Dameon Pierce. Touchdown, Minnesota. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this run.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he finds some daylight up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. Purdy now on second down. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect. The biggest issue in why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. That's caught left side by Pitts. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
A gain of 19 yards. First down.
From the 35, it's first and 10. A gift, and here comes Robinson. And he will work his way down inside the 30, a pickup of 6. On second down, Purdy. He'll get this complete to Jerry Jeudy. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too...
And he will score! Game on! Bijan Robinson, touchdown Falcons. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the fourth quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. He'll start at the 4. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. That's caught by Jefferson on the right side. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. On play action, here's McCarthy. That's caught downfield by Jefferson. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
On second down, here's McCarthy. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Auburn.
Just a brutal mistake there, Mike. I mean, they have a chance to put a late scoring drive together and increase their lead. But now with that interception, all the momentum shifts to their opponents, and now they got to rely on their defense to hopefully get a stop and get them the ball back.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Pitts is the man in motion. Give to Robinson from the pistol. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. Bijan Robinson, the intended receiver out of the backfield. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
He'll try and get there on the ground.
Yeah, he's trying to make the best of a bad situation here, Mike. Nothing open downfield. He thinks he can tuck it and get it with his legs. He ends up out of bounds, short of the first.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. Now Purdy. He fires downfield for Pitts. He works free. Right side. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Vikings. The kicking team on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Vikings will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
They just have to be better on 1st down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on 1st down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter. It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
That's going to be dropped underneath for Robinson. And he's very close to a 1st down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. He's got his tight end. That's Pitts. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving. And then some. Throwing again is Purdy. He's going to look for the home run ball.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. He's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly, and even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in, because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
This throw pulled in by Pitts.
Well, they say football is a game of inches, and plays like this explain why. You pick up a little bit more. It's a fresh set of downs. Now on 4th and short, this coach has a decision.
And here we go, 4th and inches. Here's Purdy. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down. Well-designed play to pick up 16 and move the chains. They'll drop to throw. And he's in. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Atlanta. 2 touchdowns for him in the game. Numbers 10 and 11 on the year. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3. A field goal here in the 4th quarter. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. This returnable from the 4. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. First and 10. They'll run right here. It's Pierce. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first, and they'll get together prior to the second down play.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Once again, it's Pierce. Threw him up the sideline at the 45. 17 yards, the gain there. First down, Minnesota.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
In motion, it's Jefferson. They'll stay on the ground with Pierce. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. Falcons go ahead and take their second timeout, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. Off the bootleg, it's McCarthy. Off-balance throw, it's complete. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Don't need much. It is third and inches. They'll try and run it here with Pierce. And he's not going to get the first down. They met him, brought him down in the backfield on third and short.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
They only need a yard, and it's fourth down. They'll put Addison in motion. On fourth down, here's McCarthy. Oh, do you believe it? It's intercepted. That's the safety, Jesse Bates.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Here's first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. Here's a shot toward the end zone. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied. Minute of play. Fairbairn good on the point after. And the Falcons have taken a 4-point advantage. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's first down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. He's going to take a shot down the field. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Again, working deep downfield. And that would be the dagger. It's intercepted. That's the safety, Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to take over here up near the 40.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.